Hello, 1980 Sports Cards. It's Rob Lay again, and hopefully another fun video. Last week we went through my top 10 1980s sports cards that I personally own. This week we're going to go through the top 10 1980s baseball cards by value, and unfortunately I don't own a single one of them. They're all PSA 10s, and I own a couple PSA 9s. Others I don't own at all, but at least we're going to talk about the top 10 most valuable baseball cards from the 80s. They're in PSA 10s. These aren't any oddball cards like rare errors or anything like that. There's plenty of, actually they're all like Tiffany's and O-Pee-Chee. But they all have a population in the double digits. Some of them even have a population up in the triple digits. So let's get started. Total value of all 10 of the cards adds up to $260,000. And I think most people know the number one card that we'll end with that makes up the majority of that value. But let's get started with number 10. That would be the Don Mattingly Tiffany. And a PSA 10 comes in at $6,200, and there's only a population of 53. Of course, this is not the PSA 10, this is a PSA 9, which is quite a bit less valuable. But in a PSA 10, this comes in number 10 at $6,200. All right, number 9, we've got the Topps Traded Tiffany Barry Bonds, 1986. This one has a pretty high population, but still a value of about $6,900. There's a population of 454. Unfortunately, I don't have a PSA 10 in this either, but I do have a PSA 9. Number 8, coming to the Bo Jackson, Topps Traded Tiffany again. And this one has quite a bit less population. And of course, the card I'm showing here is a PSA 10, but not in the Tiffany version. But in a Tiffany PSA 10 version, we're talking $7,500 and a population of almost 40. Number 7, a little bit older on the 80s side and a really hard card to gem. This is a PSA 9 version, but in a PSA 10 version, the 1981 Topps Kirk Gibson is a $7,600 card. And there's, with the high population, well, sorry, not high population, but the high volume of these cards, only 15 have gemmed. But here's the PSA 9. All right, getting down to number 6, we have the 1985 Topps Tiffany Roger Clemens. Right here is not a 10, it's not even a 9. All I have in my current collection is this PSA 8. But we're talking a $9,300 value in the PSA 10 with a population of just 50. All right, getting down in the low numbers, we've got the 1989 Ken Griffey Bowman Tiffany, and this is a PSA 10, but as you notice, it's not the Tiffany, it's just the regular Bowman. But if this was a Tiffany, it would be worth $9,500, even though there's a population of 160. So a pretty valuable card. This non-Tiffany version, not worth near as much. Now to the top 3. Sorry, top 4, we're getting down to the big dogs. We've got the 1985 Topps Tiffany Mark McGwire. This is just the PSA 8, but in a PSA 10, this is a $17,700 card with a population of only 35. And this is my collection, only a PSA 8. All right, so the only card out of the 10 that I don't have anything close to it is in the number 3 spot, and that's the 1987 O-Pee-Chee Barry Bonds. And it's over a $20,000 card, $21,100, population of 39, and I don't even own a PSA 9 or 8 in it, so that's one card I don't have for display, but I'll show you an image here from online. So moving on to the top 2, and the number 2 spot is the 1983 O-Pee-Chee Tony Gwynn. $27,000 in a PSA 10. And this is a PSA 9, just the regular Topps version, not even the O-Pee-Chee. Finally, the one we all knew about and the one we all expected in the #1 spot is the 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson. And this is only just a PSA 8 version, but in a PSA 10 version, we're talking 145, the most recent sale this year. One sold for $145,900 and a population of only 25. So I hope you enjoyed that. Those were the top 10 baseball cards and PSA 10s from the 1980s. You'll probably wonder about some of the other cards that are pretty close. I mean, you talk a 85 Leaf Roger Clemens is a $6,000 card. 85 Topps Tiffany Kirby Puckett is a $6,000 card. 82 Topps Cal Ripken Traded is a $5,500 card. So, you know, there's several cards out there that are just barely missing the top 10, but they're still $4,000 or $5,000 cards. Our top 10 list started at $6,200, and as I said, a total value of $260,000. So take care.